You slipping now. Look what I'm whipping now. This is America. Don't catch you slipping now. Don't catch you slipping now. Look what I'm whipping now. This is America. Don't catch you slipping now. Look how I'm living now. Police be tripping now. Yeah, this is America. Guns in my area. I got the strap. I gotta carry him. Yeah, I'ma go into this. Yeah, this is.
What's up, everybody? Okay, this is not really a rant, but this is informational. This video is for education purposes only. So just in case these little orange folks family try to come for me, as I say what I for this set, they just do. All right, it is what it is. I'm gonna keep speaking up for my people and for other minorities because we really gotta pay attention, and I really want you guys to pay attention to this video. Please watch the full thing, okay? How Jada Pinkett said, the low down shame, dirty shame, informative, okay? So welcome back, you guys. Yes, I'm here with a very informative video. So as you know, Donald Trump was found guilty. We weren't surprised of that. But what we probably will be surprised is that on the July 11th, before the election debate, we'll see if there'll be a debate or not. I'm going to be honest. This is my opinion on it. I feel like there won't be, but we'll get into that later. So he was found guilty for a hush money trial, right? So the same thing he tried to make Fannie Mae Willis look bad of, that he was doing to Stormy Daniels, he felt like to do it to her because, one, she was a woman, and two, pay attention, she's a porn star. And it's very funny how Amber Rose not too long ago sat here and supported this man for a check. But I wouldn't be surprised if she was supporting him to get herself, one, back out there, and two, probably be a side chick because his wife is probably getting ready to leave him. Allegedly, and I said what I said. But we're going to get into all the tall tale signs. We got a lot to discuss. So, it was said that he was being convicted of falsifying records to cover up a scandal that threatened his ascent to the White House in 2016. I figured that. Part of the scheme that prosecutors described him as a fraud to the American people. We said that. He is the first American president to be declared a felon, a stain he would carry as he seeks to regain the presidency. Now, I've been saying that because remember when I told you guys, if you guys didn't vote in 2016, I remember in Atlanta, a lot of people was upset that he won because they said that there were problems. It was in Georgia. Now, we're going to talk about that and how he tried to blame Fannie Mae Willis to sit here and have him, which in terms he was being convicted because of the fact was that it was in Georgia. Because after y'all remember back in the early 2000s when George Bush ran and in Florida that they find out that he hid ballots, it became more of a criminal charge. Then they decided to make it as a criminal charge for the election because George Bush had his brother, who was Governor Jeb Bush at the time, in Florida to hide ballots for him to win. He was not supposed to win that race. And they didn't know what to do because that was a big thing. And it was the first time. Well, Donald Trump tried to take George Bush thing. Now, if y'all remember when they had Miss Jimmy Carter's wife funeral, he didn't say nothing to them. He gave respect to the Obamas. The reason why George Bush didn't, allegedly, because he was trying to redo something and steal his sauce and make it a big thing of him being picked on. George Bush had picked up on that. But anyway, so in Georgia, a lot of people were saying that their things was acting up and they did not vote for Trump. New York said the same thing. They did not vote for Trump. Now, remember, I told y'all he was good friends with them folks over there in Russia. I told y'all that, and I told y'all pay attention because it made no sense, right? So the memes has been going crazy. So Twitter has been going nuts. And then someone said, Chris Evans, not Captain America, Trump right now, like what he's stunned. Shout out to Neighborhood Talk. He is stunned. And it's very funny that I see a lot of it's only one LGBTQ that's supporting him. And it's very funny I see Asians and Hispanics supporting him because he said a lot of tall things about y'all. And it's very funny how y'all got over here and want these white men's approval. And now is this. But we're going to get into that in a minute. So as that's going on, we have Bruce Jenner, honey. His favorite concubines, Bruce, and Candace said some things, child. Very telling. So this is what he said to Twitter. This is what Trump said. Shout out to TSR. My civil rights has been totally violated with this highly political, unconstitutional, An election interfering witch hunt. Our failing nation is being laughed at all over the world. That's funny that you say civil rights because your homeboy and you was just talking junk about the civil rights NAACP. But we're going to go on because we're going to speak on some civil rights movement things and how he tried to sway the black folks. And black folks, I'm going to get on y'all too. He said the jury instructions given by highly conflicted Judge Juan McCurran were unfair. Juan. Remember the name Juan, honey. Okay. Misleading, inaccurate, and unconstitutional. They were confusing. He basically trying to say the judge was biased. He prevented him from preventing the presenting the fact that he did not take a tax deduction on the legal expense, which was marked correctly as a legal expense. He's lying. He's a liar. The judge also, he said all these things. So this is what he said in this clip, and I'll be back with more comments.
This was a disgrace. This was a rigged trial by a conflicted judge who was corrupt. It's a rigged trial, a disgrace. They wouldn't give us a venue change. We were at 5% or 6% in this district, in this area. This was a rigged, disgraceful trial. The real verdict is going to be November 5th by the people. And they know what happened here, and everybody knows what happened here. You have a Soros-backed DA, and the whole thing. We didn't do a thing wrong. I'm a very innocent man, and it's okay. I'm fighting for our country. I'm fighting for our Constitution. Our whole country is being rigged right now. This was done by the Biden administration in order to...
Very funny how he say his civil rights as a white privileged person. He's the reason why white privilege name has been known. If y'all paid attention to this, he said the same thing about bringing back the death penalty in our police. And he said the same thing. He said this to the Central Park 5. This is what he said verbatim, that it deserved the death penalty for black people, minorities. And this is what he also said about Central Park 5 as well.
We're going to get something done. Of course I hate these people. And let's all hate these people, because maybe hate is what we need if we're going to get something done.
Found a female. She was still alive, and in fact still is.
I am strongly in favor of the death penalty. I'm saying if they're found guilty, if the woman died, which she hopefully will not be dying, but if the woman died, I think they should be executed.
So this is why a lot of women are not supporting him. Because, and I don't understand why half of y'all black men are supporting him, because he basically said, you black men, that's what he want to do. These 5 boys who did nothing. Their parents were not, and I think y'all need to go back to Netflix. I don't know if 2020, y'all took the vaccine and it erased your mind that he had a scientist come and do. We going to talk about that because he know what he did, and he know what he did was wrong. Corey Wise, who was young at the time, under the age of 18, mother could not come and talk for him or had a parent present. Hanging with his friends, having fun. It was told that he was one of them. Raymond Santana, who was a teenager at the time, who y'all remember was married to Delicious. Yeah, the one y'all took up for, but then y'all dropped him down like a ball. When Delicious said that he did this and that, he carried that trauma into his marriage, which is hurtful. He had to do healing because he spoke on the pain that he endured while being locked away at a young age and being somewhere for years and no one would listen to him. He spoke on that pain. But then y'all dropped him for the Orange Man. That is very tall tale. It's very funny. And it's fake as heck that y'all wouldn't believe y'all own brother y'all support. And Twan, I hope I said his name right, McCray. He also went through trauma because of something that the man that y'all voted for as a president support said. And Kevin Richardson as well. I think Kevin was the youngest one who went through the abuse of being beat on by police officers, tormented, because it was said that he did something to a white woman who was in a coma at the time. And then you have Yusuf Salam, who also was part of the Central Part 5, well now Central Part 5 Accelerated, all of them. He is now running for I don't know if it's Senate or something like that over New York, because that's where they're from, and he's running. And what he had to say when he said it with so much grace and so much polite and so much, just the way he spoke on the situation and what he had to say, it shows what really comes to light. It shows what's really going on. And what he said, I totally agree with. I'm going to play a clip of it, and I'll be back with more commentary.
Also said God gives us a permission to live life. Can you just speak to how your faith has guided you to this moment and how it will guide you leading the city?
Absolutely. And I was listening to a good friend of mine, Les Brown, and he said, every single one of us were born on purpose. And the reason why we know this is because when our parents were in the process of creating us, it's the birds and the bees stories, but cleaned up for all audiences. We were one of over 400 million options, and God chose us. And so if we don't know anything, we have to know that we were born on purpose, and therefore we have a purpose. That purpose, once it uncovers itself, once it reveals itself to us, we get the opportunity to say, it's time. And for me, of course, I've been waiting to figure out why. And they say if you can find the why, you can live anyhow. And of course, all throughout the journey, I knew that my faith was guiding me, was helping me. In fact, I was hanging on to the rope that God extends to all of us. And that's what literally allowed me to jump over barriers, leaps and bounds, figure out ways forward. Really, in many ways, I think I call it resuscitating my own life. That life that was altered, that was interrupted, arrested development, if you will. I wasn't supposed to be able to come out unscathed. We still have indelible scars, of course, but at the same time, those scars allow me to be able to peer into the darkness, to understand where those pain points are for our people, and of knowing that we are in a divided states of America. We've constantly been trying to unite us as a people. And the type of energy Black people have always had has been energy of love, of acceptance, of equality and equity. We've never wanted revenge. That's never who we've been as a people. But the juxtaposition of being able to see here a former president has received what I called karma in this life. It's us being able to put the mirror up to all of us as Americans to say, hold on. If the exonerated five, as we are now known, did not get justice 34 years ago, in a country that says you're innocent until proven guilty, in a country that says slavery is alive and sick because of the punishment of crime, is this going to be a moment where we will finally see justice? And I'm saying that.
Shout out to you. So I like that. What he said was right. Let's get into it. For y'all, I seen this coming. I'm going to tell you why. The person who's sitting here put on their Instagram that, so much for this country and, this and that. My country, my country. And this man don't even know one thing about this country because his mother has pacified him in a diaper of wealth. And he don't even know what it's like to be a minority or broke. Everybody want to scream the culture, but nobody want to sit here and know what it's like to be a minority, which is Black, Hispanic, because y'all think y'all all of that, and Asians as well. I'm being honest, okay? And then turn around and say things about the people who've died fighting this country, Black or white. It's very funny. It's very funny that I see Hispanics talking junk to Robert De Niro saying he's a child molester, but you have a man who's sitting here molesting your cousins who's trying to come over here, but y'all sitting here want to vote for him, but you got family still over there struggling. It's very tall-telling to me, and it's very strange and disgusting for the fact that this man has sat here and raped majority of those women, had border control, that are now fired, raped them, took their children, sent them back, kept their kids like a slave trade. Oh, like a slave trade, because that's what they did in slavery. Kept the children, but sold the parents off. You don't think that's weird? Black folks, you don't think that's very strange? Sold them like they're nothing. Then sat here and want to punish women. There's a lot of women that I'm seeing that's not even a black race that support him. Punish women and want to sit here and say no abortion. But it's men like him who would procreate with you even if you say no. And I said what I said. And then it says that he got indicted for something. Because he was speaking at the Black Conservative Federal. And this is so strange. They were doing it because it's election interfere. And then I got indicted for a second time, a third time, and a fourth. And a lot of people basically said that's why the black people like him, because he's a criminal and we're criminals. We get this all the time. Oh, and our mug shots to make him like him, and mug shots on the shirt. Oh, he feels like, this man feels like he's a slave master that took over. It's very tall-telling to me that y'all sit here and say Trump for 2024. Because we get talked about, but y'all yell at a person at a store who sit here and say and discriminate y'all at a store, but y'all want to put the phone up, but you don't want to be, oh, well, at least he's being honest. I don't even want you, I couldn't sit at the table with you. That's slavery mentality. And then for him to say, yeah, great, women shouldn't have abortions. Sure. No. Do y'all not know, and I feel like it's women who never had children, do y'all know what it's like to sit here and a doctor tells you it's either you or this child? Women choose the child in themselves. Do y'all not know it's like for some of these women who don't need to be procreating, get procreated with these men? And you know what? I'm going to say this. Ron DeSantis is a man you should watch out for, because he's sitting here saying it's about the children, but you got to ask yourself, why is it about the children with him, and why the real true history can't be appointed? This is a man that hates himself. I would have to watch out for a man like him, because you use your white privilege. And another thing, I feel bad for his wife, because that means to him, he can bring a child home and she has to suffer and dictate with it and sit up and eat it. You're going to take care of that child. His wife won't know till it's her. Oh, no. He's not the only one. We got to be careful with Candace, too. I told y'all Candace want to talk about the black culture and fit into the black culture. But then again, she want to say something about somebody to agree about us. If it was a black man, because she's jumping on a white privileged ping, that it was a black man that did no wrong and got the same conviction and got done worse, she would be okay with it. She would be fine. But she was the first person that went to NAACP for help in high school. Then you got Bruce, who sit here and use his white privilege to become a transgender. Don't know one thing about LGBTQ. Wanted to be a transgender, but sit here and play a lesbian as a man in a dress. I said it. Play a lesbian as a man in a dress. You got to watch out for that, too. And it's so funny, because I really want y'all to pay attention to Project 2025. I want y'all to go look it up, because a lot of people are saying go look that up. I'm seeing a lot of people waking up on Instagram because Republicans want to be the only party and they want to take out any liberal or Democrat, whatever party you support. They want to knock it down, and they're using Trump to do it. The rest of them are not, but everybody that's catching on, pay attention. It's only 4 of them that support him and use it to do it. The reason they're using it to do it, because they want to take over what your rights and your freedoms are. They don't want you to have that. Y'all saying, oh, like China took away what? No. China, I need y'all to really do y'all research before y'all run. China right now is taking it a whole different way. Y'all don't want what China got. Korea either. Because you wouldn't be able to do it and you can't get used to it. And also, he really need to apologize to Fannie Mae Willis, and that's us as well. Because I'm going to be honest with you, for him to sit here and pinpoint Fannie Mae Willis on what she did, he covered it up to be a narcissist manipulator as his finest, to point the finger at her. As he sitting here, it was doing the same thing, but worse. But because he's a white man, y'all sitting here gravitating on this ping like he God, and he's not. He's not. He's not. And this is his lesson. And karma has no name on it or a date when you'll get it. For Stormy to be shut up. Ain't no telling what she endured for that man. Ain't no telling the manipulation she went through with this man. Ain't no telling the promises he promised her, a car, a house, money, or anything in her account. There's no telling what Donald Trump promised her. Donald Trump is one of those men that every woman tell us to watch out for. He's the leading man of the pack to watch out for. And every person, if you notice, every man, watch out for them too that's sitting here riding with him. Because it's the same thing. You need to check on his wife. Because it's the same woman who's probably going through so much mental abuse, as well as his other wives. Let's call a spade a spade. He's the same man that is sitting here and if he got Stormy pregnant, he would have Stormy carry that child and sit here and threaten the baby against her and have his wife raise that baby or the nanny. He's manipulative. He's the man that y'all got to be careful to be from. The men that support him, that's fine with being deadbeats, that's fine with sitting here having babies and multiple things with women. He is one of them. He's the leader of it. No matter the race, be careful of those men. These are the men that will touch you inappropriately and say it's your fault. He is that man. He is that man that has raised his sons to do the same thing. He is that man. And then when I see women that are old as this sitting here, they are the women who sit here and are fine of taking care of a side baby because they want to say they got the ring in the house in the last name. They are one of them. And be careful with them too. Because it's jealousy driven. Because they can't do what you do. They don't have the meaning to do what you do as women. They're weak. These are the same women who hate black women because black women would say, I will not put up with it and cut it off. There's the same women who hate the new generation of white women, Asian women, Indian women that owning their business, college driven, that cut it off and tell these men no, to have access to me and you're a manipulator, I will not deal with you. Hispanic women as well, because there's some I'm seeing out here that's doing the same thing. These are the women that hate you, and that's them because they hate themselves. So beware of a man like him. And I feel bad for his grandchildren, parents, mothers, because at the same point, those are the same ones that have to deal with the mental anguish every day of being with a Trump. I'm so glad his daughters are sitting here doing their thing. But the boys, I feel bad. His son cheated with Aubrey O'Day on his wife. Yeah, while she's right here talking about Diddy. Yeah, let's call it a spade a spade. But she fell in love with him, felt like because she was a side chick. Please beware. And I'm surprised Aubrey ain't come out and tell all the mental things. So she coming. She finna tell all the mental things she dealt with his son too and him. Oh, she gonna tell you what she saw. Oh, she's coming. Oh, yeah, if she's not being paid off for it. But pay attention. No shame to what Diddy did. What he did is wrong. But to have Aubrey around and then have his son around, that's how they met, and then equal to cheating, y'all ain't no better. You a cheater. You knew this man was married too, girl. Shut up. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Follow me on all social media platforms. And let me know your thoughts and comments in the comment section. Thank you guys for watching.